Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman news video recapping the events of the week June 17th to June 23rd, 2016. Our top news stories this week included reports from a Justice League set visit reveal some interesting information, Warner Brothers are holding a one-night-only screening of the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman at select theatres, and Linda Carter has been cast in a recurring role for Season 2 of Supergirl. Let's check out these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, a number of news sites posted their reports from a recent set visit of the Justice League movie in London. The reports include the film's official logo, details on Superman's appearance, and an official plot synopsis which reads, "Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists the help of his newfound ally Diana Prince to face an even greater enemy. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to find and recruit a team of metahumans to stand against this newly awakened threat. But despite the formation of this unprecedented League of Heroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg and The Flash, it may already be too late to save the planet from an assault of catastrophic proportions." Now, the main villain of the movie isn't Darkseid as many people predicted, but he is from Apocalypse. It's Steppenwolf. And while Superman is in the movie, apparently he won't show up until the final third of the film. It's reported the Man of Steel may be wearing a different costume and his hair will be slightly longer. Deborah Snyder said, "Obviously Superman is part of the Justice League, and we know where we ended up with him, and there wouldn't be a Justice League without Superman, but I think his way back to us, we don't want to really spoil that, but he is here." Read more about these reports from the Justice League set visits at our website now. In an interview with Shortlist.com, Jesse Eisenberg spoke about how much he enjoyed playing the role of Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman and how he'd like to continue being Lex for many years to come. When we last saw Lex Luthor at the end of Batman v Superman, his head was cleanly shaven and he was incarcerated in prison, but Lex will be back in the upcoming Justice League film. Eisenberg said, "I love the character and it was the most fun I've ever had at playing a role and most challenging in a great way and most rewarding. I'd love to play it for years. They are filming now and I jump in from August." In an exclusive interview with USA Today, director Zack Snyder talks about the reactions to Batman v Superman and how they impacted on him personally and how he's taking that feedback and channeling it into the Justice League movie. Hardest to deal with, he said, was the perception that he wasn't being true to canon and that he didn't adore these characters. He said that was upsetting and made me evaluate myself and where I was with these movies and what I wanted to say with them. Warner Brothers has announced that there will be a one-night event at select theatres in which the R-rated Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman will be screened. The DC All Access smartphone app shows a list of locations where the 3-hour version of the film will be screened across the USA, and there aren't many. If you're in Austin, Chicago, Columbus, Houston, Burbank, Hollywood, Phoenix, San Francisco, Washington, New York or Philadelphia, then you're in luck. But you better be quick because these tickets are selling out fast. The 3-hour Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman will be released on Blu-ray and DVD on July 19th, with plenty of extra content added back into the movie. The extra content includes reporter Clark Kent investigating Batman's vigilante antics, as well as the deleted role of a helpful scientist played by Jenna Malone. So go ahead and pre-order Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray or DVD from our online store. Speaking of which, Warner Brothers released a second trailer promoting the release of the Ultimate Edition, and you can check it out now.
That's how it starts. The fever. The rage. That turns good men cruel. Tell me, do you bleed? You will. I don't deserve you, Alfred. No, sir, you don't. This is how it all caves in. You know you can't win this. It's suicide.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
I've known a few women like you.
Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me. minutes of never-before-seen footage, plus 2 hours of bonus features on digital HD 3 weeks before Blu-ray.
Warner Brothers also released a brief video from the bonus material that will be included in the Ultimate Edition. In this brief clip, we see Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill talking about the characters of Batman and Superman.
Batman and Superman are the two seminal, iconic characters of comic mythology. Maybe it's just something on this basic level that makes those the characters that we're most naturally drawn to.
There aren't two who are better known than Superman and Batman. Superman is do everything by the book, and Batman is do whatever it takes.
To further promote the Ultimate Edition release, Warner Brothers has posted a third BVS 101 video, this one titled In the Shadows of Gods, showing that in the DC Universe, normal people can be just as heroic as the gods among them.
Lois Lane has been around as long as Clark Kent, debuting in Action Comics #1 alongside Superman. Lois started life as a career-driven journalist with an unquenchable thirst for the truth. While in the comics she would eventually go on to marry Superman, Lois spent her early years investigating the Man of Steel.
Funko unveiled the fifth wave of their 2016 San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, which includes a pop vinyl Batman v Superman Doomsday figure. It's unknown at this point in time whether Funko will make this 6-inch Pop Movies Doomsday figure available for sale online after Comic-Con or not. Information regarding Funko's booth procedures and more will be shared upon completion of their reveals in early July. Warner Bros. Home Entertainment invites New York area fans to the world premiere of its newest animated adventure, LEGO DC Comics Superheroes Justice League Gotham City Breakout, with a family-friendly event on Sunday afternoon, June 26th. Filmmakers and members of the voice cast will attend the event for red carpet media interviews, premiere screening, a post-screening panel discussion, and plenty of interactive fun with the fans and families in attendance. The screening will commence at noon at the Directors Guild of America. Check our website now to see how you can get your free tickets for this event. In TV news, the CW has announced that the Season 2 premiere of Supergirl will take place on Monday, October 10th at 8 p.m. While this will be the premiere of the second season of Kara's Adventures, it will be the debut of Supergirl on her new network, with the show having shifted from CBS to the CW at the end of Season 1. Tyler Hoechlin spoke with Australia's Daily Mail on Saturday during the Sydney Film Festival premiere of Everybody Wants Some, telling them about how he plans to approach playing the role of Superman in Season 2 of Supergirl. As for whether he'll be basing his version of the character on the performance of any previous actor to play the role, Hoechlin said, "I never try to compare and contrast performances because it's such an iconic character already. Superman is Superman, so I'm just going to try to carry on the tradition of that and play that part." The CW debut of Supergirl will see Tyler Hoechlin playing Superman with the Man of Steel set to appear in the first 2 episodes of the new season. Linda Carter, the actress who brought Wonder Woman to life on TV, has been confirmed as appearing throughout Season 2 of Supergirl, where she'll be playing the President of the United States. Linda Carter will make her first appearance on Supergirl in Episode 3 of Season 2 and will continue to appear throughout the season. Co-hosting Access Hollywood Live this past week with Kit Hoover, Dean Cain spoke about Season 2 of Supergirl, his thoughts on Melissa Benoist, filming in Vancouver, and his advice to new Superman Tyler Hoechlin.
But he gets to play it for a couple, I think maybe 2 episodes or 3 episodes.
That doesn't count. You don't go in the Superman Hall of Fame for 2 episodes.
You shouldn't, but he might. He might be really good. So good luck to him. Work out, stay fit.
The Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy and Horror Films held their 42nd Annual Saturn Awards this week, and Melissa Benoist was the recipient of the special Breakthrough Performance Award. For a complete list of winners and more information about the Academy, visit saturnawards.org. Back in May this year, Sci-Fi officially announced that it had given the green light for a pilot episode for the Krypton TV concept by David Goyer. This week we received word that a casting call for 6 characters has been issued, including Superman's grandfather himself, Seg-El. The other character names we know are Lyta Zod, Val-El, Allura Zod, Dev-Em, and Terrell, Seg's father. Production on the pilot is slated to begin in Montreal in Canada in July or August. In comic book news, DC Comics released their September 2016 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman-related comics and products listed. A special note was Supergirl #1, in which Supergirl is back and working for the DEO to defend National City. As Kara Danvers, average American teenager and high school student, Supergirl must balance her life as a superhero with her new life on Earth, but some demons from her Kryptonian past are coming back to haunt her, and Kara will find herself face to face with her father, the sinister cyborg Superman. and Action Comics 963, in which, as Metropolis recovers from the devastating attack of Doomsday, the mysterious figure claiming to be Clark Kent takes the spotlight to clear his name and prove once and for all that Clark Kent is not Superman. Head to our website now for all the Superman-related items listed in the September solicitations. We reviewed one comic book so far this week, and that was Superman #1, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 5 out of 5 score, saying, "It's interesting that this book is willing to take chances like this." Look for our reviews of Justice League #51 and this week's digital editions of Injustice and The Adventures of Supergirl to be posted on our website soon. Superman comics available this week from June 22nd include Injustice Year 5 Chapter 27 digital comic has been available since June 21st, Action Comics 958, Adventures of Supergirl #4 print edition, Justice League #52, DC The New Frontier trade paperback, and Superman Panic in the Sky trade paperback new edition. Rest in comfort knowing Superman is on the case, your pillowcase that is. Get this Batman v Superman body pillow for $22.49. Or how about taking a rest with this soft plush Superman logo pillow, yours for $34.49. These and other great Superman pillows are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman Homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, back in March, Six Flags Entertainment Corporation announced a partnership with Samsung, taking its signature brand of thrills to the next level and beyond in fully immersive virtual riding experiences using Samsung Gear VR. Some of Six Flags' most popular coasters are now equipped to allow riders wearing Samsung Gear VR headsets to feel the heart-pumping adrenaline of steep drops, inverted loops, and powerful twists and turns as gyros, accelerometers, and proximity sensors synchronize all of the action in an incredibly realistic 360-degree virtual reality world. You're currently watching a video by The Verge about the Superman Ride of Steel at Six Flags America in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. For more information, visit sixflags.com/virtual reality coasters. The 5th episode of Season 2 of the DC Superhero Girls animated shorts is now online. Titled Hero of the Month Harley Quinn, the hero of the month this time around is Harley Quinn. She saves the day in crazy fun ways and laughs in the face of danger. New episodes debut bi-weekly on the DC Superhero Girls website and their YouTube channel. Conan O'Brien announced that fans will be able to purchase a pop vinyl figure version of the TV host as Superman. Get your very own Conan O'Brien figure including Stormtrooper Conan, Ghostbusters Conan, Superman Conan and Joker Conan during San Diego Comic-Con this year. Funko has given us our first look at their upcoming series of DC Comics pop buttons. Collect your favourite classic DC heroes and villains from Batman and Superman to Penguin and the Riddler. Set to be released in August, other character buttons include Wonder Woman, the Joker, the Flash, Robin and more. Warner Bros. Consumer Products celebrates women empowerment with the return of the 10th annual Paul Mitchell Supergirl Pro, the largest female surf contest in the world. As the Supergirl S-Shield represents bravery and strength, it is more than fitting for this competition, where some of the best US female surfers will be making a huge splash. The World Surf League 6-star Paul Mitchell Supergirl Pro will take place for the 9th consecutive year at the Oceanside Pier in Oceanside, California from July 22nd to 24th. For more information, visit supergirlpro.com. That's all the news there was for the week June 17th to June 23rd. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
There's an eyelash in my eye. Ah! Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Good to see you. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about Versus, but not in the way that you might think, because we're still on our little break from the breakdown of Batman v Superman, which has been going on for far too long. I agree with you. See, sometimes you are another hero. This is a piece of wall art from a gentleman by the name of Nathan Thu. He has a website on Facebook called Household Heroes. So check that out on Facebook. You can type it in, Household Heroes X3. I don't know if that's Household Heroes times 3 or if that's Household Heroes X3. But if you type it in that way on Facebook, it'll come up. Nathan Thu's name will be attached to it. He has products like this. He has Batman v Superman wall hanging symbols. They have little things on here. You can hang it on the wall. All handmade, all hand painted. This is double painted each piece, and then it's sealed with, I think, polyurethane so that the paint is permanent. I imagine you could scratch it off if you wanted to, but who would want to? So this is a nice addition to any Superman or Batman or Superman and Batman collector's collection. He also has beautiful end tables and other heroes wall art like this. You can get just a Superman or just a Batman. There's Flash on there. There's Avengers stuff on there. And I'm sure that he'd be happy to try to make something specific. A hero maybe that he doesn't have listed on there. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of ability. So check it out on Facebook. Nathan Thu's page. Household Heroes ×3 or X3, spelled out just that way. This is very nice. He sent this to me so that I could show it to you. And I can't think of anybody else better to show this to that might get some use out of it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to hang it up on my wall probably later today. Sometimes you're versus another hero. Other times you're versus yourself and or the fans and or the writers that seem to sometimes get in their own way quite a bit. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen the new old Superman appear once again in Action Comics and also in the Superman book, which I also have a copy of here. I bought 2 copies because one of those things. What they call this is a comic event, but DC promised us with the New 52 they don't do events anymore. It's all in the name of story. It's all in servicing the fans. It's all in giving the fans the best thing that they can get and the best story that they can get. And that's why we're launching the New 52 with fans in mind. Old fans, new fans, everyone's going to love it. We loved it so much that after just a couple of years, they're rebooting once again. But they're not hard rebooting. They're rebooting in a different kind of a way. They're going back to the old numbering on Action, which fans had a big problem with, that it was never going to reach 1,000 now because we changed it. So here, we're back at 957, which means we're going to reach 1,000. I'm kind of happy about that. Why not? And for some reason, we're back at number 1 on Superman. Now, the New 52, as I said before, because of writing, suffered quite a bit. And here, we are versus the writers again and unable to get out of our own way. And that I believe the writing is part of the problem in the new rebirth. Now, from what I've looked around, and it seems like most of the fans have no problem. Most of the fans are thrilled. Most of the fans are tickled pink, and I think it's because it's the guy that it used to be. You know, they are imaginarily telling us that, oh, this is the guy you used to read. No, it's just the guy we're writing now that we're telling you is the guy you used to read before, because the guy we used to read before did not have a super child, was not living in seclusion, wearing a black suit and not really helping anybody out in the woods. I've already covered this. But we're supposedly continuing forward with this person. And he's better than the New 52 Superman because he's the guy we all used to read. I'm just looking at it as it is. Their story is that this is the guy that was around before Flashpoint happened on another Earth, which means he's not Batman's Superman, he's not Wonder Woman's Superman in the New 52, which is the Prime Earth that we are reading. The problem that I have here is that both of these books take place in a similar time, within a couple of days or even hours, and you have a Superman acting completely different. In one book, he and Lois tell Jonathan, no, Superman, your dad would never help us move into the house by using his superpowers because we have a long-standing rule in the Superman household. We don't use our superpowers to do normal everyday household chores or to make life easier. We only use them when people are in danger and when people need help. Okay, that's never been a rule before, by the way, but this is the old guy. This is the guy we always read. Superman always uses his powers to get around quicker, to do things quicker. It wasn't only about rescuing people, but okay, he made a new rule, I guess, because he has a son, and maybe his son, untrained, could be dangerous if he's trying to do household chores using his superpowers. But that hasn't been covered. They just said, we never do that, even though they always have before. So in this book, he goes to Jonathan after the barn is struck by lightning and says, why don't you come help me? Because with two people with superpowers, we can get the barn done before dinner. And Lois is in getting dinner ready, so it's only going to be a little while. So they're going to use their superpowers to fix the barn. Okay, great. Except that they just got done telling us they never use their powers to do regular, everyday things. Now, the other problem that I have is in the Action Comics book, which, as you see, has Lex Luthor on the cover in a Superman uniform, has a version of Superman saving some people. We don't see who it is. There are hostages. There are guys with guns who are clearly dangerous. There's something terrible going on. Superman is busy. I don't know what he's doing. He's at home. But it turns out it's Lex Luthor. He grabs up the hostage takers. He stops the whole situation. He's the hero in the scenario. As we, as fans, probably can guess, he's also probably the orchestrator of the scenario so that he can make himself the hero. However, the TV has been on. They complain that Jonathan hooked up the TV because we're trying to pretend we live in the 30s and Superman doesn't know about TV or doesn't watch TV. Because he's the old Superman. He's the Superman everybody's been waiting for to come back. So he's against TV. So they have to call Jonathan out on hooking up the TV, and he makes some quip about he wasn't going to do without video games. And by the way, couldn't you have gotten us moved in quicker? And then we hear that whole thing about we don't use our powers to move in. We only use it to save people. So the TV's been on the whole time, but Super Hearing somehow doesn't hear that there's a hostage situation, or if it does, he's not going to interfere because it's not his world and he's in hiding and very Supermanish. So he only shows up when he notices that Lex Luthor of the world he's not familiar with is wearing a Superman S. So he gets annoyed that the guy dare wear his symbol, so he goes out there and he confronts him about it. And Lex Luthor says, hey, listen, I don't know who you are. The Superman that I know is dead. Everybody knows he's dead. We saw him die, and I'm here helping people. So what's your deal? He doesn't like the fact that Luthor's wearing the symbol. Luthor says he won't take it off. He's going to protect his city as the new Superman because he doesn't know who he is, and Superman takes umbrage with that, which is fine, except it's not particularly heroic. And then, as if he's insane, he says to Lex, oh, I see what you're doing here, trying to make it look like I attacked you. He did attack him. Lex had everything under control, whether it's real or not, and we as fans, and he as Superman, who has had experience with other Lex Luthors, believes that he knows this Lex Luthor is a bad guy, so I'm going to go out there and tell everybody what a bad guy he is, and then I'm going to forcibly tear off the S symbol from his chest if he doesn't take it off when I tell him to. And the problem with that is Superman has no proof of this. He's just guessing based on a different Lex that he knew on a different world who was a bad guy. But there have also been heroic Lexes, and regardless of it all, Superman is not supposed to just go in, attack, and ask questions later, or make accusations, or be the judge, jury, and executioner before there's any type of proof or court case or crime that has been committed. So for me, in this scenario, Superman is wrong. I don't know that he's the bad guy. He goes in there to find out what's happening. He doesn't come earlier when the news people must have been saying there's a hostage situation here. He's busy with his family, or he's busy whatever, or he's busy ignoring the world as he has been doing this whole time in hiding with his family. And maybe we'd all do that if we had a family. We'd say, well, I can't get involved now. I have a family. I'll protect when I have to, when there's something wrong, when there's a family thing that has to be handled. And then the biggest slight against who Superman is supposed to be, in my opinion, I woke up last night with this intense pain as if someone was stabbing a needle in my eye. Why are our eyelashes so deadly? I guess they're not deadly. I'm still alive.